this every single day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community, and to make the suffering we're about to do a little bit more fun, a little bit more entertaining, so that it's a little bit easier to stay consistent with. All right, I'm gonna scoop my butt back. I'm gonna grab the little things that we're gonna need for the show later, and we're gonna get started. Is that Che? Che says hello. Welcome back, Che. All right, let's do this. It's time to warm up. We're gonna do 4 warm-up exercises. They're gonna get progressively more intense as they go, I guess. And we're gonna get started with hip cars. Hip cars stands for hip, like this thing. Cars, controlled, articulated, or articular rotations. And what that means is we're gonna move our legs through crazy ranges of motion using our own muscles. All right. We're gonna start by lifting our knee up as high as we can, directly in front. Then we're gonna open up that hip directly to the side. Boom, as wide as you can. Then we're gonna rotate. We're gonna bring the ankle up. We're gonna bring the knee horizontal, and then it's gonna end up looking a little bit like this. All right. From here, we're going to keep going. We're going to rotate, 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 rotate. We're going to bring the knee really far down. We're going to bring the ankle up. And then as soon as you get real tight and stuck, stop, bring the leg down and back. All right? When we bring the leg down and back, it's just going to look like you're sticking the leg right behind you. That's basically it. We're flexing the hamstrings. We're flexing the glutes. We're feeling a stretch right here in the front. Take it slow. Really contract those muscles. And that is 1 rep. We're going to do 10 of these on the left side, 10 of these on the right side. Let's begin. High knee. Open. Ankle up some more. Down and back. That's 1. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 2. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 3. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 4. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 5. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 6. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 7. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 8. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 9. Last 1. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 10. Woo! Ah! That's 1 hip. We got 3 more hips. Only 1 real one in real life, but like we're gonna reverse it and do both hips. Let's go start over on the other side. Stand them nice and straight and tall. Keep that core nice and strong. Try to keep the hips pretty stable. Try not to do a whole lot of hula hooping. Try to keep them nice and stable if you can. If you have to move, if you have to rotate a little bit, that's okay. All right. Let's go. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Ankle up some more. Down and back. That's 1. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Ankle up some more. Down and back. That's 2. High knee. I'm off balance. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 3. If you are also off balance, feel free to hold something. Grab a wall. Grab something that won't tip over if you were to lean into it. All right. Whew, I think that's 5. Are we at 5? That seems crazy. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 6. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 7. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 8. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 9. Last 1. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 10. Woo! Those are some hip cars going forward. Take a quick second, do a little dance, shake out those hips, slide around, and let's get ready to go in reverse. All right. When we go in reverse, the movements are basically the same, but we go backwards. All right. We're gonna go back, flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes, feel the stretch right here in the front. We're gonna lift that leg up to the side. All right. Knee and the ankle are pretty much close to horizontal. Then we're going to drop the knee, lift the ankle up, which is what we were doing before, right? The same position as before. And then we're going to rotate the other way. Boom. We're going to bring the ankle down. We're going to bring the knee up. And we're going to, boom, bring that knee forward. And that's how we finish up 1 rep. We're going to do 10 of these on the left, 10 of these on the right. And I don't think we have any more excuses because you know everything. So let's begin. Let's go. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 1. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 2. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 3. Back. Whoa, I'm off balance. Side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, that's 4, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, that's 5, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, that's 6, keep going, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, that's 7, keep going, back, side, ankle, ankle, knee, that's 8, 2 more, back, side, ankle, ankle, knee, that's 9, last one, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, that's 10. Whew. All right, we're 75% of the way done with our hip curls. Do a little shake, pop that hip, oh, relax for a second, and let's get ready to finish up our fourth and final hip curl. All right, stand up nice and straight, keep the core nice and tight, bring that leg down and back, boom, flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes, lift, rotate the knee down, ankle up, rotate the ankle down, knee up, bring that knee forward, 1, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, 2, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, 3, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, 4, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, 5, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, that's 6. I know you're getting tired. Really work hard. Lift those legs into each of those crazy, crazy positions. We're building strength. We're building mobility all at the same time. I think it's 7. Back. Side. Ankle up. Oh, ankle down. Knee. That's 8. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. That's 9. Last one. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. Oh, man. That's 10. If the standing leg is really tired, it's probably because your other leg was flopping all over the place and this leg was just desperately trying to keep you balanced. So all these little muscles that weren't moving necessarily, not making big, generous looking motions, were clenching real hard to keep you stable. All right. So if your left leg is feeling real tight, it's okay. All right. We're gonna move on to our second warm-up exercise. What I want you to do is fold at the hips, bring your belly button down to the ground. Relax. Just chill. Don't do anything at all and just breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Relax. All right. We're going to have some movement. All right. We're going to bend one knee. We're going to straighten out the other leg. We're going to try and fold. Keep our backs relatively straight. And we're going to bring the belly button down a little bit deeper to the ground. If you're a little bit higher up, it's totally fine. Just do your best. All right. From here, we're going to move. We're going to bring the other knee in. And the other leg that was bent in, the other knee that was bent is now straight. All right, we're gonna keep switching from side to side. Widen your stance a little bit to see if you can find a more comfortable position and keep going. While we do this, there is not an exact number that we have to hit. All right, just keep going, loosen up those hamstrings. The looser you can get them, the easier the rest of the show will be. All right, so take your time, breathe, experiment, try a little tiny pulse at the bottom, and while you're doing all those things, I'm going to tell you about the rest of the show. All right. We're doing 45 to 60 minutes of live side split stretching and hip mobility. We do this every single day at 9 p.m. Eastern, which means we started about 10 minutes ago, to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community, to make the suffering we keep on putting ourselves through a little bit more fun, a little bit more entertaining, a little easier to stay consistent with. So, if you like the idea of working on hip mobility, working on it every single day, you like the idea of side splits, and you want to train them a little bit, and if you like the idea that we got a whole bunch of people here practicing consistency every day together, then you should definitely hit follow, hit subscribe, and keep coming back. We are live every day, Monday through Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and I welcome you. Keep coming back. That is a whole big ramble. Let's move on and get a little bit deeper. All right. Now that your hamstrings are a little bit looser, we're going to fold our belly button down just a little bit deeper, and boom, just a little bit deeper, and boom, just a little bit deeper. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Feel that stretch. And keep going. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Pop into a squat. Come on back into standing. That is our second warm-up exercise. Whew. we're going to move on into warm-up exercise number 3. It is called thoracic rotation. The thoracic spine is basically this chunk of your back. Below your neck, it's about your belly button-ish. And it's designed to rotate. It's designed to bend. It's designed for you to slouch real good and do the opposite. Pop your chest out. Most of us, we're not doing very much rotation. The only time I can think of normally that people still maybe kind of need to rotate is when you check your blind spot. But let's be real, nobody's doing that either. So let's take care of that part of our back and let's get into the position we were just in. One leg is bent, one leg is straight, one hand from the bent leg side is coming across and grabbing that ankle on the straight leg side. All right, and we're going to try and fold forward just a little bit. From here, we're going to rotate. We're going to open up our chest. I want you to stick your other hand up into the air. I want you to rotate your neck to look at that hand. And I want you to go inhale and exhale. You don't have to rotate just yet. Just take a couple of breaths. Get used to this position. Inhale, exhale. And now we're going to reach a little further over our shoulder on the next exhale. All right, inhale, reach and exhale. You don't have to be as dramatic with the sound effects. Feel free to breathe. I try to be extra loud, extra vocal, so you know when I'm exhaling. And I don't usually watch the videos back, so sometimes I make some funny sounds for your entertainment, and I hope it helps. All right, anyways, we're going to the next set. Bent leg, straight leg. Bent arm, straight leg. Open it up. Inhale. Exhale and reach. Take your time. If you feel like you didn't get a good inhale, you didn't get a good exhale, go again. Inhale. Exhale and reach. That is 1 rep. We're doing 5 of these in total, so we got 4 more. And we're going to continue. Bent leg, straight leg. Bent arm, straight leg. Open it up. Look at the hand. Inhale, exhale. Reach. That is 2. And other side. 2. Woo. Keep going. Bent leg, straight leg. Bent arm, straight leg. Open it up. Look at the hand. Inhale, exhale. Reach. That's 3. And 3. We're going to keep going. Inhale, exhale. Reach. That's 4. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Inhale. Exhale and reach. That's 4. Last round. We're going to explain it in detail one last time. One leg is bent, one leg is straight. Arm from the bent leg side is reaching across to the straight leg. We're folding forward. We're bringing the belly button down. We're rotating, extending the other arm up into the air. We're looking at that hand with our eyes. Our neck is rotated. We are inhaling. We're exhaling, and we're reaching at the same time. Exhale, reach. That's 5. And other side. Exhale, reach. That is our final one. If your shoulders are super tired, that's okay. We don't need them for much of anything for the rest of the show, so they'll recover over the next couple minutes. Cool? All right, we're going to move on into our 4th and final warm-up exercise. It is called the Cossack switch. I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to talk about it. Take mental notes. You don't have to do it just yet. We're going to do some pre-warm-up before we get into the warm-up. I just want to show you what it looks like. All right? We're going to do something that looks like this. We're going to pop into a deep squat on one leg, extend the other leg out to the side. So it looks like we are doing basically a side split on that one leg. All right? From here, we're going to scoot our butts that way. Boom. Going to stay low, sink a little deeper, and then we're going to come back. For most of us, our ankles, our knees, our hips are not going to be ready for all of that. So let's pre-warm them up with some pre-warm-up. Everybody come together, pop into a little bit of a squat. Come on down into the ground and try your best to squat. All right? Wiggle, shimmy, find a comfortable position for you. If your heels are coming up, that's okay. Don't worry about it. That'll give you a nice intense Achilles tendon stretch and a nice intense calf stretch. So all is good. All right? From here, I want you to try to bring your chest down to your thighs. I want you to do a little cannonball. I want you to imagine you're jumping into a pool. All right? From here, we're just going to chill for a little bit. Breathe. Relax. And then we're going to add a little bit of movement. All right? I want you to try to get one knee down to the ground. Just slowly drop that knee. And then maybe drop the other one. Maybe bring one back up. Maybe bring both of them back up. Maybe bring just one down and bring one back up. Bring the other down and the other back up. If you lose control at any point and your knee just goes crashing down into the ground, feel free to not go that deep. You can pause a little bit earlier. Be like, nope, that's too much, and bring it back. All right. Next, let's open up the legs to either side. One to the right, one to the left. Bring it all together. One to the right, bring it back in. One to the left, bring it back in. Bring everything out at the same time. Boom. All right. Now that we've done some movement, your ankles are a little bit more tired. Let's get into some Cossack switches. All right. What I want you to do is put your hands straight down in the ground and extend one leg out to the side. This position isn't set yet, so you don't have to worry about it being perfect. Next, I want you to plant this heel on the ground. That heel is down for stability, and you really want it down because it'll help you balance. All right, so drop it low. If you're new to the show, stay a little bit higher. If you're a little bit more experienced, if you got the flexibility, you're feeling strong, try going a little deeper. All right. From here, our next step is moving our butt all the way over that way. If you're low enough, feel free to use your hands to help give yourself a little support. Come on over. If you're high enough, you don't need the hand support. Great. If you're somewhere in the middle and you're like, I can't really get across if I get as low as I can, feel free to find something like a coffee table to help bring your hands across. All right. Once we're here on the other side, we're going to come on back, hands down, across. That's one rep. We're counting it. All right. Keep going. Low, hands down, come on across, chill, sink a little deeper, come on across, that's 2 reps, keep going, across, sink into it, and back, sink into it, that's 3. If you're feeling strong, you might not need to use your hands anymore, feel free to skip the hands and keep going, that's 4, and 5. If you're feeling really strong, you want to increase the difficulty some more. This is all optional, by the way. You can stick with the basic stuff. We're going to sit up a little straighter. All right. I want your head to go shooting up into the ceiling, and I want you to stick your hands out to counterbalance and come on across. That's 5 or 6. I can't remember. Let's just pretend this is 6. Keep going. Across and back. That's 7. At this point, if your knees are getting a little tender in the inside of the knee, we're going to change up the form a little bit to make things a little easier on you. All right. We're going to come up a little bit. We're going to slide across. We're going to sink a little bit deeper. All right. This is all relative to where you are. And if you're really low, you just have to come up a little bit. But my coming up a little bit might be where you really are right now. That's okay. It's all relative. All right. The higher up you come, the easier it will be on your muscles to slide across. And that is what we want. I think that's 9. So let's wrap this up with some squats. All right. We're going to try our best to pop through, boom, with the leg that was bent. Again, other side. Come on down nice and slow. Sink a little bit deeper and go boom. That is 10 Cossack switches, Cossack sliding things, Cossack squats, and that is our warm up. Right? Whew. We're going to move on into our 5 stretches. These 5 stretches are going to have us wrap up the show. We've been going for about 20 minutes already, so I hope you have a good idea of what the vibe is like. And if you like side splits, you like hip mobility, you like the idea of somebody practicing consistency with you at 9 p.m. every single day, we do this every day, and you should hit follow and you should subscribe and you should keep coming back. We got a comment that just came in. I'm pretty sure the question was, that's just the warm-up? Don't worry, this is a side splits and hip mobility show. What we've done so far is get our muscles warmed up, get our heart pumping, get our lungs working so that when we stretch, our muscles are actually relaxed enough, warmed up enough to do that. All right. So it actually gets, at least for your lungs and your heart, it gets a little less intense from here. All right. We're going to move on into our first stretch. It is a hamstring stretch. What I want you to do is go grab something to pad your knee. All right. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. If you have a decorative pillow, if you have a couch cushion, if you have a stuffed animal that your dog has ripped to pieces, kind of just roll it up, stick it under your knee, and we're ready to go. All right. Once you have a little bit of knee support, I want you to get into this, it's like proposal stance. I want you to have your knee to your hips to your shoulders, your shoulder to your head, in as straight a line as you can. All right. If you're chronically hanging out with your neck down a little bit and that's not perfectly straight up, that's fine. Don't worry about it. From here, we're going to extend one leg out in front of us. We're going to focus on bringing the belly button down to that thigh. All right? Face forward, face into the direction of that leg, and we're going to fold. Fold, wee! Ugh. As soon as you get stuck, we're going to inhale, we're going to relax. All right? Inhale. Relax. Let your body flop over that leg. And let's go again. Inhale. Relax. Sink a little deeper into that stretch, and we're going to add some movement. All right? What I want you to do is bend the knee. Bend the knee. Bring the chest down to that knee. Touch it if you can, and then slowly straighten out that leg while trying to keep your chest about as high as it was when you touched your knee to your chest. All right? Do it again. Knee, chest, straighten it out. Knee, chest, straighten it out. That's 3. Knee, chest, straighten it out. That's 4. Knee, chest, straighten it out. Now that you have gone a little tiny bit deeper into your movement, and maybe you're feeling a little less stressed out about it, we're going to make you all stressed out about it some more by going a little deeper. All right, we're going to do an inhale, exhale, fold. What we're going to do is take a big breath into our lungs. We're going to slowly exhale that air out, and while we're exhaling, we're going to focus on bringing the belly button down towards the ground. You ready? Let's go. Big inhale. Slowly exhale and fold. Oh, once you've run out of air in your lungs and you've come a little bit more forward, we're going to inhale, relax. All right, inhale. Relax, let your body flop over that leg. One more inhale. Relax. Oh, man. All right, we're going to bend the knees, straighten, bend the knee, bring the chest down, and straighten out those legs. One more time. Let's go. Bend the knee, chest down, straighten it out. You might find right now that you don't have to bend the knee very much for your chest to come down and touch that knee anymore. If that's the case, stop bending so much and do the minimum necessary to help your chest touch. All right? And once you've done 5 of those, we're going to get a little bit deeper. You ready? Let's go. Inhale, exhale, fold. Big breath in. Slowly exhale and fold. Fold, 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 fold. This is the last one, I promise. Fold. And once you're out of breath, inhale, relax. Drape yourself over that leg. One more inhale. Relax. Drape your body over that leg. And we're going to move again. Knee, chest, straighten. Knee, chest, straighten. You might find you don't need to bend your knee as much at all, really, at this point, and that's okay. If you are super flexible, that's amazing. If you are still needing to bend your knee a lot, that's totally fine too, because this is all about you making progress, right? It's not a competition with me. It's not a competition with any other imaginary person on this live. It is you making some slow progress for yourself. Cool? All right, once you've done that for a couple of reps, we're going to just chill and hang out here and breathe. 30 seconds. Let's go. 29. 28, 27, 26. Found a little piece of a popcorn shell on my pants. 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. I want to take this time to remind you that all the instructions that I give, I try my very best to make sure they apply no matter what level of skill, what level of experience you have. I am folded pretty far forward. I did not start here. I've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of days, and I have gotten to this point. And I'm pretty sure the instructions have stayed mostly the same. So don't worry about not looking like you're doing the same thing as me. As long as you're following the instructions, it's all good. All right, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's it. Bring your legs in towards, towards the center of your body. Whew. Back into kneel. Bring both your knees down together. Flex your butt for a second because your butt muscles are probably real stretched out right now and they're not working very well. So flex those glutes like somebody's about to spank you. Clench your butt and you go, ah! And then do the same for your core, all right? Somebody's about to just give you a little jab in the stomach. Go, ugh! Get those core muscles fired. And once you're able to stand up or I guess kneel up nice and straight, we're ready to continue, all right? Other leg out in front. And let's get ready to fold the belly buttons down to our legs. Let's go. Wee! Ugh. as soon as you get stuck, feel free to inhale and chill, relax. Inhale. Let your body flop over that leg. Woo. One more. Inhale. Relax. Let your body drape over that leg. Part of the reason why we do this kneeling is so that you can put your hands down for a little bit of support as you go along. Take it, put it to use, enjoy the stability. Cool? All right. Bend the knee, bring the chest down, straighten it out. Take your time. This is not a rushed movement. I say it really fast sometimes because I don't know. I just do. Maybe I should just slow it down. But take it at your own pace. It's not explosive. It shouldn't be super intense in terms of speed. It should be intense because you're getting a crazy stretch. All right. Once you've done about 5 or so, we're gonna get a little bit deeper. You ready? Inhale, exhale, fold. Big breath in. Slowly exhale and fold that belly button down to the ground. Fold, 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 fold. Woo-hoo. Once you're a little deeper in that stretch, inhale, relax. Your body drape over that leg. One more. Inhale, relax. And a little bit more knee bend, chest down, straighten. Let's go. Knee bend, chest down, straighten. Knee bend, chest down, straighten. I said I would slow it down. Knee bend, chest down, straighten. Knee bend, chest down, straighten. Breathe. Knee bend, chest down, straighten. Woo! Now that you've gotten a little bit deeper, I think that was only the first time that we got deep. We're going to get deeper again for a second time. You ready? Big inhale, exhale, fold. Big breath in. Slowly exhale and fold. Fold, 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 fold. Bring that belly button down. Fold. Woo. All right. Inhale, relax. One more. Inhale, relax. Bend the knee, chest down, straighten. 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 This is probably a good time to tell you we're doing this for 30 seconds. So let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27. The hamstring stretch that we're doing right now, I want you to feel it mostly in the leg that is getting stretched. You should feel it in your hamstrings. You should feel it maybe a teeny tiny little bit in your low back right here. But you should not feel it anywhere higher than your belly button. All right. If your head is tucked right now because you're trying to smash your face into your knee and you're feeling a whole bunch of pressure in your neck, in your upper back, in your mid back, you're working too hard. Relax those. The folding is coming from the angle of the hips. It's coming from wherever your belly button is at. The lower your belly button, the more intense the stretch is. Everything else above the belly button, ignore that stuff. Chill. And let's keep going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, we're done with that. Woo! That is our hamstring stretch. If your legs are super tired right now, that is completely normal. We spent a whole ton of time in the hamstring stretch, breathing, chilling, adding some movement, loosening it up, and getting a little bit deeper. All right. If you ever get into a situation where you're like, oh, I'm not flexible enough, but you've never actually really spent some time in that position, you didn't try to do a little bit of movement, you didn't try to do a little bit of relaxed breathing in that movement, you probably don't actually know how deep into that stretch you can actually get into. All right. Hopefully, with the hamstring stretch, you found that you're way more flexible than you think you are. All right. We're moving on to stretch number 2. It is the butterfly stretch. And it looks a little bit like this. I want you to scoot your butt up against the wall. I want you to rest your shoulders, your head up against that wall as well. I want you to bring your feet together, have them touch. And is that another piece of popcorn kernel? What the heck? I'm leaving popcorn pieces all over. I wonder if it's the same popcorn pieces before that was on the pan. Anyways, bring your feet together, pull that in, and we're in our starting position. All right. From here, the goal of this stretch is to stretch out your inner thigh muscles, your groin muscles. The way we do that is by bringing the knees down into the ground. I want you to start using your glutes, your outer thigh muscles, to try and pull your legs deeper into the stretch. Okay? If you are new to the show and you're like, glute muscles, outer thigh muscles, what are you talking about? What does this mean? Don't focus on the specific muscles. Focus on 2 things. You're feeling a bigger stretch here, a more intense stretch in the groin, and your knees may or may not have moved slightly down towards the ground, just a teeny tiny little bit. As long as it's moving in the right direction, you're doing good. All right. Next, part three, we're gonna take our hands, we're gonna apply a little bit of pressure on the inside of the knee. And we're gonna push straight down if we can. When you do this, the back of your head is gonna feel a whole bunch of pressure. That is normal. We're gonna do this for 30 seconds. Let's begin. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26. Every time you exhale, I want you to push a little deeper. All right. 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. If you are not flexing your glute muscles, you can let those go for realsies, really relax now, and see if you can push your legs a little bit deeper. If you have been flexing, I don't even remember what I just said. If you have been flexing, relax them. If you haven't been flexing them, flex them. 17, 16, 15, 14. See if you can bring your knees closer to the ground. 13, 12, 11. Keep breathing. Keep pushing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, relax everything. Breathe. Whew. If your wrists are super tired from pushing your legs down, you can give them a little flop, give them a gentle shake, help them relax. If your legs popped up automatically, that's totally cool. I want you to keep letting them come up, and I want you to start flapping the wings of your butterfly. All right. If your legs are not moving all that well right now, they're a little asleep, you can grab them, give them a little shake, and be like, hey, wake up, we got stuff to do. And do the same on the other side. Hey, wake up, we got stuff to do. And hopefully your legs are shaking and flapping and butterflying a little bit better. All right. That is our second warm, second stretch. Second stretch. I was going to say second warm up exercise. No, that was the other half of the show. We're going to move on into our third stretch. It's called the standing pancake. All right. And it's quite possibly the hardest stretch in our whole entire show. Don't be discouraged. It is hard because it makes a lot of muscles work really hard. It's not hard because it's actually, I guess that's the only thing that matters. Whatever, we're going. I want you to open up your legs nice and wide. And I want you to make sure your hips are comfortable. All right. Pop a hip out, pop the other hip out. Make sure you can move a little bit without a pinching sensation in the hips. Some of us, if you get a little too wide, you'll feel a pinching sensation and will not feel like you'll want to go any further. All right. If you're feeling that, bring your legs in just a little bit until it goes away. Next, we're folding our belly buttons head down towards the ground. As soon as you get stuck, as soon as you don't naturally want to fold forward anymore, we are in our starting position. All right. From the side, it looks a little bit like this. Whee! And the goal of this stretch is to fold your upper body in between your legs. Oh, it's really hard. So we want gravity to help us out as much as possible. When you are standing and your upper body is kind of flopped over you like so, gravity is going to be helping you a lot, pulling you down. You can make gravity work even more painfully in your favor by extending your arms so that your biceps are by your ears. If that's not enough, you can hold something in your hands and extend your arms out in front of you. All right? If you're ready to go a little harder, you've been here before, feel free to open up your legs a little bit wider and get a little closer to the ground. If you feel like your face is too close to the floor, you can stick your butt back a little bit so that instead of having your feet up to your hips be sort of this straight line up and down, you can have your butt go backwards, and that will lift your chest up a little bit further off the ground for most part. That's it. That's everything. Let's go. We're holding this for 30 seconds. Fold, 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 fold. Bring the belly button down towards the ground. We are trying to get low. 30 seconds. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. If you're wondering why we spend so much time in the hamstring stretch, this is part of the reason. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, put your hands down. Oh man. Take some pressure off your hips, off your legs, whatever is feeling crazy. Slowly bring your legs together. You might need to wiggle your toes into the center, wiggle your heels into the center, wiggle your toes and heels and toes and heels and toes and heels and toes and heels until your legs are underneath you. You might need to walk up your thighs, and slowly come back into standing. Whew! That is our hardest stretch. That was our standing pancake. And now we get to move on to something a little bit more chill. We're moving on to our fourth stretch. We got the option between the pigeon or the figure four stretch. If you're a regular, feel free to hop into whichever version you prefer, but I'm going to be talking about the pigeon today because I for sure definitely did figure four yesterday. We switch back and forth between the two. They both have the same fundamentals. We're taking one leg, we're crossing it over to the other side to make this thing that kind of looks like the number four. That's why it's called a figure four stretch. We're going to grab that ankle, we're going to bring it up to our belly button, bring our belly button down to the ankle, and get into this kind of position. You're going to feel a stretch here in the side of your hip. That is a glute muscle. You'll probably feel a stretch here in your hamstrings. You might feel something here where you're actually doing the folding in the front of that hip. All right. We're going to take that position where the ankle is lifted up across our body. We're going to bring it down to the ground. Seat yourself, find a comfortable position, and bring this leg in front of you. All right. From here, I want you to take a look at this middle line. All right, between your eyes down to your belly button. I want you to take that imaginary line and I want you to fold it forward. But before you do that, I want you to find sort of a midpoint between your knee and your ankle. All right. Once you've found roughly a midpoint, if you have really long bones, if your shin bone is super long, it might be a little bit different. Your ankles might be a little bit different than the ones I'm showing you right now. But we're going to try and get our middle line to the middle line between our knee and our ankle bone. All right? Looks like this. Wee, fold, 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 fold. And that's it. That is a pigeon stretch. Whew. Hopefully you felt it in the side of your glute. What can you do with this other leg? You can keep it bent off to the side. Don't worry about it. You can keep it extended off to the side. Don't worry about it. You can also, if you've done some yoga before, you might know this already. You can extend this leg back behind you for some extra bonus stretching here in this hip. You might be feeling a whole bunch of pressure in the back of your knee or in the front of this knee, I guess, because it's behind you. And if that's really uncomfortable for you, I got a couple of tips. All right. The first one is you don't have to lean this far back. You don't have to work this hip that hard. You can fold forward just a little bit. That'll take some pressure off the hip and that'll take some pressure off the knee. All right. Alternatively, if you want to work on that position and it is a little difficult for you, you can elevate your front leg. I got a stool that I'm going to demonstrate with, but unless you are demonically flexible, if your front leg is elevated, your hips are also going to come up. When your hips come up, it's going to give your leg way more room to get a whole entire leg underneath you instead of, slamming your knee into the ground. So give that a try. You don't have to use a stool. It could be anything that's relatively stable. You could do it into a couch, a chair, anything that lets you elevate your front leg. All right? Hopefully that information is helpful because we're going to get started and that's all the talking I'm going to do about that topic. Leg is across the body. We're getting that middle line to the midpoint between the knee and the ankle. We're going to extend the leg back if you want. Again, it's optional. And we're going to keep the hips low. Then we're going to fold the rest of the body down. I want you to turn into jello. I want you to melt into the floor. I want you to breathe out and I'll let all the air out of your lungs and melt into the floor. Ready? 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Keep breathing. Keep on trying to sink into the floor. 7, 6, 5. Feel that stretch growing, not glowing, growing in your glutes. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, that's pigeon stretch on one side. Switch on over, bring the other leg across your body. Again, knee to the ankle, find that midpoint. Get that middle line between your eyebrows down to your belly button. Fold yourself forward. The back leg is extended behind you only if you want to. Sink down into the ground. Keep those hips low. Fold forward. Breathe. Melt into the floor. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19. Keep going. Breathe. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. I promise it might sound crazy, but if you can hear yourself exhaling, it will be a more intense exhale and you'll get to go a little deeper. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is our pigeon. We are done with 4 of our 5 stretches. It's time to move on into the 5th and final stretch. If you guys are new to the show, you might not know this, but we're doing 3 rounds of side splits. If you've never done a side split before, do not worry. I'm going to break it down into lots of little tiny pieces, and you can pause, you can rest at any time. All right? Before we begin, I want you to go grab a little bit of something for hand support. All right? What we're going to do with this hand support is something that looks like this. You're going to have your hands down on it. You're going to have your legs wide, and you're going to be taking some of the pressure off your legs by putting it into your arms. All right? Something like this. So, yeah, options. I got this stool. I got a much higher stool. I've got some parallettes from some other fitness stuff that I do that we don't have to get into on this show. I have yoga blocks. All right? Anything that is relatively mobile, that is relatively stable, relatively durable, so that can actually support your weight, is going to work. You don't have to get any fancier than a chair or a coffee table if you don't want to. All right? I'm going to get rid of all this other stuff. Hold on. Just let me toss it and not make too much noise. Whew. And we're ready to begin. Once you've grabbed your hand support, you can kind of just move it off to the side. We don't need it right now. We're going to stand with our butt touching the wall. All right, stand up nice and straight and tall. From here, we're going to take half a step forward, and we're going to start opening up our legs decently wide. Doesn't have to be crazy, not right away at least. From here, make sure your hips are not hurting. Make sure you're not feeling like a pinching sensation right here. And if you're otherwise good, we're ready to fold. All right, belly button down to the ground. As soon as you feel like you're getting a little bit stuck, see if you can palm the ground. If you can palm the ground, you might not need the hand support, but for most of us, the hand support is going to be really nice. All right, stick your hands on that hand support when you're folded forward, and rest your butt against the wall. Hold the hand support towards you. All right, then slowly let your legs go wide as your butt slides down the wall. All right, the wall is there to support you, is to keep you safe, is to keep you from falling backwards, is to help you feel like you're in control, and the same for the stool. The more in control you feel, the easier it will be for you to relax. All right. If you feel like you're about to bust your butt, you're about to fall, you're about to slip, the whole time you're going to be super tense, fighting whatever that thing that you're scared of is, and that's not going to help you relax deeper into the stretch. Right. So let your butt relax against the wall. Put your hands on that stool. Control your weight. Control the pressure. And now we're going to rotate our legs. All right. We're going to make sure our thigh bones don't smash into our hip bones and we don't have that pinching pain in our hips at any other point in this stretch. The way we're going to do that is by rotating the legs. What I want you to do is have the heels down, the toes pointing up, and the knees pointing up. And I want you to do the same on the other side. Boom. Heels down, toes up, knees pointing up. When I'm wearing shorts, it's much more obvious what's happening. When I'm wearing big baggy pants, it's not nearly as obvious. But heels down, toes up, heels down, toes up, knees pointing up. From here, you are in a side split position. You might be a little bit high in your side split position, but you are in your side split position. All right. I want you to wiggle and find a nice, comfortable position to rest in. All right. Your butt is against the wall. Your hands are on your hand support. Your legs are wide. You should feel nice and stable. Once you're feeling okay, we're going to breathe. We're going to take a big breath in. Inhale. We're going to slowly exhale. We're going to see if we can sink a little bit deeper. All right. Again, inhale, exhale, sink a little deeper. If after sinking you're like, oh no, I'm about to slip backwards, I'm gone too far, feel free to adjust a little and find another comfortable spot. Cool? All right. Once you're here, we're gonna do a little lean to the right, little lean to the left, so you can get a little bit deeper. You don't have to go any deeper if you don't want to. Ready? Let's go. Lean to the right, lean to the left, lean to the right, lean to the left, and we are ready. Oh, hold on. Dog was super excited, heard something, so was gonna rush out. Anyways, lean to the right, lean to the left, lean to the right, lean to the left, and we're ready to go. Whew, 30 seconds. Let's go. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's it. That is our stretch. Walk your hands forward. Bring your knees in underneath you. Grunt, groan. Make some sound effects if you need to. That is our first go around. That is our first stretch. Whew. Take some breaths. Chill. Relax. And take a moment. Come back into standing. All right. Whew. Oh, man. Okay. Once you're back standing, we're going to shake out some tension in our legs. All right. Right now, you might be feeling a little bit stiff. You might be waddling a little bit like a drunk penguin. That's okay. What we're going to do next is we're going to shake out this ankle. Take a look at it as you flop. Start nice and gentle. Give it a nice little gentle flop. And then if you find it comfortable, pick up the intensity a little bit more. All right. Shake a little deeper. Shake a little wider. Shake a little faster. Shake a little harder. And keep it within your abilities. All right. If it's getting uncomfortable, if it feels like your ankle's about to pop off, that's probably not a good speed for you to keep going at. All right. Once you've shaken it for a while, you can drop that leg back down, nice and gentle. Take a couple steps. See if that drunk penguin feeling is gone, or at least if it's a little bit easier to walk. All right. We got to do the same on the other side. Shake out your ankles. Shake, 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 shakety, shake, shake, shake. Pick up the intensity as you find it comfortable. The reason why we're doing this is because when you're shaking pretty hard, pretty fast, you're going to be moving faster than your muscles contracting will ever take you anyway, right? So if you're moving faster than your muscles can contract and your muscles are letting you go to those places, they have to be relaxed enough for you to be doing that. And that's our ultimate goal. Be super relaxed so that we can get into deeper side splits. All right. Once you've shaken out your legs and you've taken a couple of steps, you try to do a couple of quick dance moves, we're ready to move on and shake out our hips. I want you to put all your weight into one leg. I want you to put the big toe of the other leg down on that ground, and I want you to bend the knee. I want you to point the knee out directly to your left or your right, depending on which side you're starting on, and I want you to rotate that hip, or sorry, the leg bone in the hip socket in so that your knees are almost touching. All right? Then go the other way, and then in, and then the other way, and then in, and then the other way, and then in, and then the other way, then in, and then the other way. We're trying to build some strength in our hips, in our glutes, and this is going to be super useful for other things. We won't talk about that right now. Other leg. All your weight is one leg. Big toe is down, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. As you get more comfortable, shake a little bit faster, get a little bit more relaxed with it. When you're first starting, we want to build strength. We want to build that full range of motion. As you get more comfortable with it, you can just focus on just going and shaking out the leg. All right? Make sure both legs are feeling pretty good. Take a couple of steps, do a little floppy floppy, and we're ready to get into side split number 2. Let's go. Butt up against the wall. Take half a step forward, open up those legs nice and wide, and let's get ready to fold. Boom. Hands down. Get your hand support if you need it, if you want it, and Let your butt slide down the wall. Let your legs go just a little bit wider. Put your hands on your hand support and let's rotate these legs. Heels are down, toes are up, knees are pointing up. Heels are down, toes are up, knees are pointing up. We're making sure our thigh bones, the lumpy part of our thigh bones, don't smash into our hip bones. And we're going to sink a little bit deeper. All right, inhale, exhale. One more, inhale, exhale. Again, inhale, exhale. Sink a little deeper into the ground. Again, your butt is resting against the wall. Your hands are on your hand support. If you're on a chair or something taller and you can go lower, you can feel free to use your elbows instead of your hands fully extended. And find a nice, stable position for you. If you feel like you're going to slip backwards, if your feet are going to slide out from underneath you, shift your center of balance somewhere else. Move your butt. Adjust. Tweak. All right? Once you're finding that you're comfortable, you're feeling like you're in control, we're going to do a little wiggle to the right, little wiggle to the left, little wiggle to the right, little wiggle to the left, and we are ready to go. Next, we're going to walk our hands forward a tiny little bit so that our hands are underneath our shoulders and our knees are kind of pointing up at like a 45-ish degree angle. That's going to change the stretch so there's more pressure on the inside of the thigh, and that's what we want. 30 seconds, let's go. 29, 28, 27. If this stretch doesn't feel as intense as the previous one, bend your elbows and you should suddenly start feeling like everything's hard. 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's it. Walk your hands forward. Bring your legs in underneath you. That is our second side split stretch. Woo! Bring your legs in underneath you. Grunt, groan, make as many sound effects as you need to. Breathe. And when you're ready, come back into standing. We're going to shake out our legs again. All right? Woo! It goes. Let's go. Shake, 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 shake. Shakety shake, 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 shake. Shake some more. Shake again. Shakety, shakety, shake, 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 shake. And rest that leg. Other side. Shake, 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 shake. Remember, we are just doing what we can. All right. The goal is relaxation. It's not about having your foot fly to the maximumist, craziest position possible. The goal is relaxation. And you only need to do enough to help you relax. If you just shake out for 5 seconds, you're like, oh, hey, this is enough. I'm feeling really good. That's plenty. All right. The more you do this, by the way, the faster your muscles will learn to relax. As soon as you start doing crazy floppy things, they'll be like, all right, we get it. You can stop now. And when that time comes, you'll be able to relax on demand. All right. Next, we're going to move on to our hips. All your weight is in one leg, big toe is down. We're focusing on that form first. If you're already very comfortable opening up your legs super wide, bring your knees deep, almost having them touch, you can go a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do the other side. All your weight in one leg, big toe is down. Focus on that form first, build some strength. When you have mastered those basics, then you can pick up the tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And whew, work those hips. All right. We are working on hip mobility, and easiest way to keep it is by doing stuff with it. All right. So have fun with it. Find some cool stuff. Take some salsa lessons. Really shake those hips around. And let's get into side split number 3. Cool. But up against the wall, take one step forward or half a step, something really close to the wall. Open up those legs. Make sure your hips are not pinching. Make sure they feel okay. And let's fold. Bring that belly button down to the ground. Whew. Hands down. Let's use our hand support if you want to. And rest our butts against the wall. Open up our legs a little wider and prepare to rotate the legs. Heels are down, toes are up, knees are up. You're in your side split. Breathe. Inhale. Sink a little bit deeper. Find another comfortable position. Inhale, exhale. Relax a little bit deeper. Adjust. Find another comfortable position. Inhale. Sink a little bit deeper. And If you're ready for more, let's go. Little lean to the right, little lean to the left, little lean to the right, little lean to the left. Woo! We are doing our third and final side split. You got options. You can do the first version that we did, where we were sitting mostly upright, with our knees pointing up and our toes pointing up. You can do the second version, where we lean forward a little bit into that push-up position. The knees are pointing up at a 45-degree angle. Pick whichever one you want, and let's go. 30 seconds. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's it. Walk your hands forward. Ooh, bring your legs in underneath you. Grunt, groan, make as many sound effects as you need to. That is our third and final side split. Congratulations. We've done all the hard stuff. It's only chilling, floppy, relaxing stuff from here on out. All right. Slowly come on back into standing. Ooh, and let's get ready to wrap things up. Ankles. Shakety shake, 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 shake. Shake some more. Shake it again. Shake, 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 and whoo, other leg. Shake, 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 shake. Take your time with it. If you're brand new, slowly build up intensity. Experiment with what your ankles are able to handle, and over time, your ankles will be able to handle some crazy amounts of flopping. All right. Whew. Next, hips. All your weight is on one leg. Big toe is down. I talked about trying to put that hip mobility to work. So you really own it. You use it for stuff. It becomes fun. It becomes a part of the things you do. You can, for example, do some stanky leg. All right. Bend this leg slightly. Extend that other leg out all the way and go boom. Pull that leg in. Rotate it back out, just like we were practicing before. Slide that leg back out. Rotate. Bring it back in, out and in, and out and in, and out and in. Have fun with the skills we're building, right? The cooler you make use of the abilities you got, the easier it's going to be to maintain it. All right. Same thing on the other side. Pull that leg in, do some stinky leg, rotate that leg out, push it back out, boom, in, out, in, out, in, out. Have fun with it. Maybe you don't need to drag your foot on the ground and you can still keep doing stuff. That is our shaky, shaky, floppy, floppy stuff. Let's do some quick joint checks. Make sure our joints are working okay, and then we'll be ready to look at the chat, look at the Q&A. All right, let's go. We're gonna start with hip circles. Slowly sink your hips into some crazy angles. Oh, feel that stretch in your butt and your hips, and oh, come on through all the way. Oh, oh. Keep on going. Couple loops one way, couple loops the other way, and oh, if anything feels crazy, feel free to spend some extra time there and wait out some of that tension. Oh, whew. Ooh. If anything feels like it needs extra love, feel free to spend more time there after we finish the rest of the show. Okay, cool. All right, let's go. We're gonna move on into a quick high knee. If your knees come up, you don't have to worry about it anymore. You can just move on. Next, we're going to get into some calf raises from a squat position. All right. What I want you to do is keep your feet about hips width apart, not super wide, not feet touching, about hips width apart. I want you to come on down into a squat looking position. And I want you to have your chest and your head almost leaning way far over there. I want you to almost feel like you're about to tip over that way. All right. And then we're going to make it worse. We're going to take our knees. We're going to really focus on bringing them in that direction as well. So our center of gravity is really getting pushed forward. And our toes should respond by trying their very best to grip the floor to keep you from toppling over. All right? We want that. From here, stick your hands down alongside and see if you can do some calf raises. All right? Lift those heels up. Get onto that forefoot. Get onto those toesies. Come on up. When you come back down, feel free to adjust. Find that position. We're about to lean over and keep going. Do as many of these as you want. When your calves are ready to give out and they don't want to do any more for you, we can call it a day. All right? What we just did was force our toes, our feet, our ankles, our knees, our calves, right, both in a stretch position and in a contracted position, our quads, our low back, our hips to work real well together to go up and down. And hopefully that's a good sign that you're probably ready for whatever else you got to do for the rest of the day. Joint checks over. All right. It is. Oh wow, we did really good on time. It says it's 10:01. We wrapped this show in about an hour. This might be the fastest time I've had in a while, and that feels good. I hope it didn't feel like anything was super rushed, but I am trying my best to make sure that our regulars, the people who are coming in practicing consistency every day, get through the show as fast as possible so that they get the consistency stuff done. All right. So far, all the comments seem very positive, so it's a good sign. Giselle says, "Thank you, Ken. You're very welcome." Chevelle is back. This was good as always. Thank you. Good night, everyone. Thank you, Chevelle. Good night. Good night. Rena says, "Thank you" with 6,000 U's. MCV says, "Thanks, Ken." And Alex says, "Thank you, leg is great. I do that while running now." That that seems a little crazy. You should send a video of running while doing stinky leg because I feel like that would go viral. All right. Jay says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, sir. Good, 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 good. Put that internal, external leg rotation thing to work. Travel Roxy prefers the figure four. Laying down on your back definitely is can be a little bit more chill than the pigeon. Alec hates the pigeon. I think I prefer the pigeon because I can just kind of like flop and let gravity pull me into the stretch, and all I have to focus on is breathing and trying my best to chill while the suffering happens to my side glute thing over here. Um, I think with the figure four, because you have to like actively pull your leg into the chest the whole time, you gotta work really hard, and I'm super tired after we do the figure four. In the pigeon, I feel like I'm ready for side splits afterwards because all I did was just count down. But to each their own. Rena says the worst exercise, so hard. Uh, that's funny. I'm pretty sure that was still about the pigeon. Um, a lot of people don't like the pigeon. All right, Chereth is heading out. Um, and Che is saying goodbye. Cute. Thank you guys. Working late today. Have a good stream. Have a good stream. Nice, 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 nice. Thank you, Chereth. I appreciate the support. Keisha says, "You're the best, Ken. I love it when you say wee when going into a stretch. Makes me laugh every time. Thank you for making side splits easier to suffer in." Amazing. I'm glad that the wheeze are entertaining. I'm pretty sure it was you who said that you liked the wheeze the first time, and so I'm very intentional about making sure that it stays in to add a little bit of cheerfulness in when we are preparing to do the real suffering that comes right after you fold forward. So, um, thank you for still enjoying the wheeze because that's what they're there for. They're there to be entertaining. They're there to be fun. They're there to add a little bit of lightheartedness to the suffering that we do. So, yay! All right. Jay says, uh, I was thinking that too. Ooh, what happened? What happened? What happened? Oh, Alex says, Ken, you're the best always. Good vibes and beyond consistent. Oh, a little heart emoji hand thing. I don't know what these are called. Heart hand emoji thing. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate it. That's very kind. That makes me feel very good. I'm glad. No, I think today I had really good energy, which is crazy because the dog was being super strange and was making lots of noises this morning. So I was up at 6 o'clock petting the dog, trying to get him to settle down. And I did not sleep very good, but I'm full of energy, which I think has happened in the past. And the next day is when I suffered. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow night during the live. High Vibes Universe says that's just the warm up. Yes, yes, I remember when this came in. Um, I hope it wasn't crazy afterwards, right? The warm up is really intense because we have to get everybody onto a certain level of muscles working, joints doing stuff, so that when you actually do the stretch, your muscles can like have the opportunity to relax. And you know, I don't think I don't think the stretches are necessarily harder than the hip cars, which you're just contracting a whole bunch of muscles all over the place. I don't think it's harder than the Cossack switches. I don't think it's necessarily. I mean, the elephant walks are just nice. They're uncomfortable, but they're nice. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed them. All right, what else we got? What else we got? What else we got? What else we got? I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. Ellie says, "So true. I am stiff as a board. Is that in response to something, or did I say something funny?" Christina says, "You're quite an inspiration." Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh man, so many compliments today. Chevelle says, "Hey Ken, welcome, welcome back." All right. Lisa says, "Okay, let's get to it." I love it. I feel like the "I love it" was like, oh, maybe I get to it was a little too aggressive. I need to counter that aggression with a little bit of niceness. That's how I read it. Rita says, "Hi, I'm back." Ellie says, "I actually need a beginner class low. I watch all the time now." Amazing. Thank you for being here all the time. Uh, most of the instructions that I give are almost the exact same as when I first started this live. I've been making a lot of steady progress throughout this live. If you want to find, I guess, a beginner class where I'm in a more less flexible state, you can go back to the oldest version of this video over on YouTube. It's on YouTube. The username is at splits on the side. Since you've been here for a while, you probably hear me say this every single day. But at splits on the side, when you go to the profile, so youtube.com/at splits on the side, it'll take you to like all the videos I have, and I'll have little subdividers. There'll be videos, there'll be shorts, there'll be streams. If you go to the streams tab, you can sort by oldest, and it will show, I think, this room actually, and it will be me at a less advanced version of each of these stretches. And I'm pretty sure I've made lots of small changes throughout, adjusting for time, adjusting for other stuff, but I'm pretty sure the instructions are mostly the same. So if it helps, you'll see a less flexible version of me doing the same stretches. And if you feel like that's more of a beginner class, then great. But we've been doing the same stretches the whole entire time. Cool. All right. What else we got? I think that is all of the old stuff. Let's scroll back to the bottom and see if there's anything else to address. Christy says thank you. Amazing. All right. Sweet. That was quick and easy. TikTok didn't look like it had super great number of people today, but that's okay. We had fun. There was good energy. The YouTube channel is Splits on the Side. It is the same username as on TikTok. So all the platforms that I'm on all have the same username. It's Splits, plural, Splits with an S, on the side. It's like side splits, but also not your main thing. Splits, not your main thing. And uh, yeah, that's the YouTube channel. Splits on the Side. I'm gonna take a quick look at the rest of yoga. Oh, sorry, the rest of YouTube. Keisha says, "Good evening, all. Welcome, welcome, welcome." Catherine et Catherine et says hello. Yoga BD says good morning, and Keisha says pigeon stretch is straight evil. I don't know why, but this stretch is super hard for me. Man, okay, so a lot of people don't like the pigeon stretch. Does that mean that you prefer the figure four? And like, do you enjoy the figure four, or do you just, it's like the lesser of two evils? Is it the figure four also sucks, but um, it's not as bad as the pigeon? Alec loves the figure four. That's crazy. Um, I really don't like the figure four. I find it so tiring. I'm like, ugh. And then when I talk about it, um, I'm like, pull, inhale, exhale, pull, inhale, exhale, pull. And by the time I'm done with the 3 rounds of pulling, I'm like, oh, I'm so glad we're done with the breathing and pulling. Keisha does the pigeon version with the leg straight back and doesn't like that. Alex says, I did the pigeon for you and the pain. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that you submit yourself to the pain for me. That makes me feel heartless, evil. Shay says, pigeon for me. Wait, which emoji is this? Is this the? Oh, man, I can't zoom in any closer. Ugh, hold on. No, that looks okay. Che likes the pigeon. Che's a fan of the pigeon. Um. Oh, on the topic of YouTube, which is jumping back a couple of comments back, uh, I just posted a new YouTube video, and this is a really old thing that we did back in November. No, that's not true. February. February is when I was in Japan. We went to a sumo experience in Osaka, and we had some video footage, and I finally, finally turned it into a video. And by I mean my girlfriend did most of the work. So please go watch that video, learn a little bit about sumo, watch me get thrown around like a little rag doll, and if you're traveling to Japan anytime soon, feel free to go check out that place. This is not affiliate marketing. I don't get any benefit from this. It was just really fun, and hopefully you guys enjoy the video. It's like 3 minutes long. It's like 3 minutes and 20 seconds, I think, and you get to watch me get thrown around by a sumo wrestler. All right. Yes, it is on YouTube, and the wrestlers are all retired wrestlers, so they get to be really smiley and friendly. I don't know if all wrestlers are like that, but they're just ginormous, smiley dudes who look like they're having a lot of fun, and it was awesome. So go check out that video. That is over on YouTube, and the username is again splits on the side. I think Travelers Roxy posted it for us a second ago. Yep, there we go. His channel is at splits on the side, and I'd appreciate it if you gave it a watch and let the algorithm do some magic so that it gets a whole bunch of view hours. One of the metrics that makes a YouTube account monetizable is 4,000 watch hours. All right. I am currently at like 2,000 watch hours. I need another 2,000 watch hours, preferably in like the next 6 months ish, to get into the ability to turn YouTube into something that makes like a couple pennies here and there based on my view numbers. Um, I'm gonna work on making better videos, more entertaining, more thorough, more thoughtful. But in the meantime, I really appreciate it if you guys check out that video and send the good vibes over to the YouTube algorithm so it sends it out to more people and it gets a little bit of steady growth. Cool? All right. Keisha says good night. I'll see you Thursday night. Oh, amazing. I'll see you Thursday night. All right. I think that's everything. There's not that many people left on the live. I think, oh, there's like 6 on YouTube, 14 on TikTok. So we're down to our final couple. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much for practicing consistency, working on your side splits, working on your hip mobility. We really care about consistency because that is the ultimate skill. All right. Once you can build consistency in any other things that you do, you can just go be super badass at everything you want, right? So for now, if you're still working on it, you're still building up the skill, and you want to work on side splits and hip mobility, come hang out on some other days. I'll break down some of the little tidbits about consistency that I usually talk about. But today, I guess we talked about people enjoying the life and sending you to that YouTube sumo video. Tomorrow, maybe we'll talk about consistency a little bit more. Cool. All right. I think that is everything. I'm ready to close out. I hope you guys all had fun. Oh, Travel Darcy has put in a YouTube link. I don't even know if you can do anything with that on TikTok. Can you like copy and paste that? Can you pin it? Can you do anything with an actual link? Hold on, I'm trying to tap. And the whole entire camera is just vibrating back and forth because every time I tap the phone, it goes and starts shaking on the phone stand. No, I don't think you can. Maybe there's something I can do. Hold on. If I do a sticker, nope, that doesn't do anything. You know, I should really sit down and take a good hard look at what all these functions are instead of just talking to the camera. Draw, guest, playbook, super fan box, AI wallpaper, viewer wishes. No. I can share the live. I can copy the link to the live, and I cannot share other things. What about this? That's a quick invite. What about this? That is go live with guests. No, it doesn't look like there's a really obvious way to give you stuff to click that takes you out of the app, which makes sense because why would TikTok want you to leave the app? They probably want you to stay and spend more time doom scrolling. So, um, maybe a link tree in the bio for next time. That makes sense. I'll work on that soon. Okay, I'll see you guys soon. I think I meant to take a couple of screenshots because there's so many nice compliments today. Um, if I can't find it in the next couple of seconds, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. But for everybody else, feel free to drop off. There's nothing left. I'm just gonna talk to myself and ramble while I look for cool things that I want to save. There we go. That's one. And the screenshot is basically just a picture of my palm because I'm really dumb when I take screenshots. The least I could do is smile. All right. I think that is everything. We are ready to wrap. All right, closing out. I'll see you guys tomorrow night at 9 p.m. because we are live every single day at 9 p.m. And I hope you know that that's 9 p.m. Eastern, which means an hour and 16 minutes ago. I'll see you in 22 hours and 44 minutes. That definitely does not make it any easier to tell what time you should come back. But I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Closing out.